We're going to go live.
Okay.
You want to tell me if I'm public?
Mhm.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
Am I?
Yes.
Good. Hello, everyone. We are Crossroads. We're a day early because our special guest couldn't make it on a Thursday, so we changed the day till Wednesday
Oh,
just for her. Yeah, I'm Jody, and we have Anthony tonight as my co-host, and our special guest tonight is Sharon Coyle from Rolling Hills. Woohoo! From that
hi
crazy
everyone.
place that I love that place.
You can just hear you clicking away.
I know I'm clicking. I'm sorry. I'm just making sure I have everything. Sorry, I'm clicking.
So what's
So
going
how you
on?
doing, Sharon? I haven't seen you in forever.
I can't even remember the last time. I should have checked when the last time was you were up here. Has to have been way before COVID.
Yeah,
That's the mile marker for everything these days, before or after.
yeah.
BC
I'm trying
or
to think.
AC.
It was an overnighter.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a long time though.
Yeah, I know. We had a good time. We always do.
The building's crazy. It's always active.
So tell us all about this place, this crazy place called Rolling Hills Asylum.
Well, it was a poorhouse. It opened up in 1827 as the Genesee County Poorhouse or Poor Farm, however you want to call it. And we housed widows and orphans and drunkards and mentally and physically disabled people, Civil War veterans, Native Americans, all kinds of people. It's really like a stepping stone, a help, like a welfare system for society. It was for a place where people needed help, they would come. And if you were even a slight like a criminal on the lower end, you might come here until they could get you into somewhere else, like a regular law enforcement place. Um, so, anyways, it was really amazing. They had their own farm. They built their own furniture. They built their own caskets. I mean, their own bread, their cheese. I mean, everything. They were really self-sustainable. And then if they had extra, they would sell it back to the community to help support the residents that lived here. So it
Oh,
was pretty amazing. And then in 1938, we added the Genesee County Infirmary, and that's the building that everyone recognizes as Rolling Hills. And that was in 1938. And then 1964, we became the Genesee County Nursing Home. And then we closed down in 1974 as a community, as a county facility. And there were 3 private owners prior to me. And I'm into my 14th year here. So here I am.
wow.
Yeah.
So what made you want to buy it? I remember the story, but
God,
you could tell everybody.
it's crazy, honestly. I came out in 2008 on a ghost hunt with Dave Schrader in Darkness Radio. He used to do all these amazing events.
Hmm.
Came out, had 3 incredible nights of activity. Came out from California, where I lived, Huntington Beach, and I went back home. And I was really busy. I had a group of 3 people. We did home investigations, and then I had a huge meetup group, paranormal meetup group, and it was the largest one from San Diego to Sacramento at the time. And it was like 450 people in it. And we would do like the Queen Mary and the USS Hornet and Wolf Manor, those things. And when I went back to California, I didn't have any intention of coming back here. I grew up in New Hampshire in a small town, almost identical to East Bethany, and I hate the snow. And I was really happy by the beach, but I kept thinking about the property and kept looking at the pictures. And then finally, in the spring of '09, someone called me and said that they were concerned about the place being torn down. The owners were getting rid of it, and they didn't know what was going to happen. And basically, one thing led to another. I ended up coming out and looking at it a couple of times, but they wanted too much money, and then it went up for bankruptcy. And I came out to bid on it, and it was the day before my birthday. And the bank was really aggressive. They wanted a lot of money because the other people went bankrupt. And I left. I mean, can't get blood from a stone. You can't get comps on a property like this, so it's hard to get financing. And
Yeah.
I had no financing in place, to be honest with you, when I came out, because I'd been working on it for 6 months. I couldn't find anybody to finance it. But I said, what the hell, I'm going to come out anyways. And I drove away crying because, they just wanted too much money. And they ended up calling me and carrying a very large mortgage for a very long time until I could afford to show that I could make a go of it here and refinance it. So I'll be paying on it until I'm probably one of them in the building, one of the stores. So, but it is what it is, So,
Yeah, it is.
but I wanted to save historical property and, of course, be involved in the paranormal. It all worked out well.
Yeah, and we're glad.
Thank you. Actually, hopefully this year, I've been working on for the last year and a half, 2 years, on getting on the National Historical Register. So hopefully the information is around the state right now, but they only review a couple of times a year. So I may not hear until late spring, late summer, early fall, or maybe not even until the beginning of the year next year. But I mean, it's just technicalities. They have to review everything, but I'm still, knock on wood, not going to jinx it. Hoping everything goes well.
Yeah, it's a great place. You did a great job with it.
It's been a lot of work. Thank you. But it's been a lot of work. I've had a lot of people that supported me, not only buying tickets and coming to hunts like yourself, but a lot of people giving up a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and hours here, just giving me a hand on cleaning it up and helping with the hunts and tours and things. So I've been very, very lucky because I moved out here knowing essentially no one. So it's literally one suitcase, knowing no one, and then building some sort of a community around me.
Hi, John. Brandon said you did an amazing job saving a piece of history.
Oh, thank you very much.
Can you see this?
No, I don't. I can't see the chat. Let me see if I can put it on.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Brandon. I hope you come out sometime. I've been dying to have you out. I knew him from California. We investigated the Queen Mary a couple of times, and he's done amazing stuff. His growth in the industry has been phenomenal. Yes. And he's, not to talk like you're not here, Brandon, because I know you're here, but honestly, he's one of the real good, straight and narrow guys that does things just unbelievable, straight on, no BS, no fuckery. Sorry.
Don't worry about it.
He does a really good job. He's one of the good ones.
He needs to come to Rolling Hills and
he does. I haven't seen him
show.
Probably 15, 18 years.
Yeah, he could come and bring Mustafa and
absolutely
do their new show.
Absolutely.
There you go, Brandon. There's a spot for you. Wink, wink.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I know. We've talked a little bit in Messenger a couple of times, but it's a big trip for him,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So tell us about the spirits that live there.
Oh, God. There's
a lot of them.
There's so many, and there's a lot. I don't know their names. I call them my flybys. But there's so many that we're really involved with. Like Roy Krause, his birthday was March 4th. We had a huge birthday party for him, like we always do, 134 years old. So I've had 4 birthdays with this man, and it's been pretty amazing. We had about 25 people, 30 people on Monday. And he's our gentle giant. He's our 7.5-foot shadow man. And he's just really amazing. One of the guys that was out on Monday had been up in Shadow Hollow using a spirit box. And he was asking if anyone was around or if Roy was around. He goes, "Yes, this is Roy." And it was really loud. Or something like that. He said Roy. I could hear it very, very loud and clearly. I just haven't posted it yet. It was amazing. And he came out for the birthday and all. It was just really nice.
Hi, John Covey. You need to be in here.
And then we have Nurse Emma, and she's amazing. She's
not always nice.
Yeah, she is. She really is.
I said not always.
No, she's pretty nice. She's very. I'm a lot like her. Hate to say it, but I am. She's old world German. She's very serious. She's very particular on things. She has a way about her, and that's why I relate to her. We're very similar like that. And you just got to respect her way and respect her, and you're fine. But, that's why we always tell, the men, or if you're a male or someone who identifies as male, to knock at the door and introduce yourself before you go in her room. Because back in the day, it was improper for a man to be in a woman's room unless you were a husband or brother or son or something like that. And she feels like you're an intruder. So, yeah, she will be rude to you if you just storm in her room because she thinks you're an intruder and you're going to harm her. But basically, you treat her with respect. She's great. We had a few years ago, in October, caught some people vaping in the building, so on her floor, and I had to throw them out of the building. And one of my guys went up and went to talk to Emma and recorded this and said, "Hey, Emma, are you okay?" She goes, "No, they're smoking in here." She was pissed everywhere. Tuesday. It's on SoundCloud. You can.
Okay.
But it's really clear. She was really mad. So she wants things the way she wants them. It's a different era. Nowadays everybody does whatever they want and no regard. It's the me generation is now, not back in the 70s or 80s or whenever it was.
Right.
It's now, unfortunately. She doesn't go for that at all. So
You get a lot of people saying that they love your place.
Oh, thanks. I hope you've all come out, and if not, I hope I meet you soon. Raymond down the basement. He's just an old codger. Took care of the maintenance. He's very helpful. I was up in George's room a couple of Thursdays ago. That's why I couldn't do the show tomorrow night. We have a flashlight tour on Thursdays.
Okay.
And we ended George's room. We do like an EVP session. And I was trying to talk to George Fleming, who is one of the superintendents of the poorhouse, and didn't get anything on my recorder because we have like 12, 15, 20 people in the room. So we only play back, one or, mine or somebody else's. And on the second round, the person like 4 or 5 people away from me, like on my right, did our little thing, turned it on. And before we even started the questions, Raymond was up and he goes, "Ray," so he was just like, "I'm here, just let you know," which is really unusual. He must have been doing work up there because he doesn't usually leave the basement too much when we're recording, or if he does, he must because he does maintenance. But he's not very vocal. He doesn't, at least with me. I know with EVPs and other people down in his space, he'll communicate a lot. But he doesn't really. I don't find him in the building, other areas of the building, to do EVP sessions very often. He did come up and wish me happy birthday one year, though. That was very special. That was in Shadow Hallway. I remember that. So, but yeah, there's a lot. There's so many.
Oh, I know.
Little Jack is adorable.
There's a children's room that you have, right?
There's a lot. Well, we have the laundry room in the tunnel. A lot of the kids play in the tunnel and go down the laundry room. And Little Jack's one of them. And actually, this woman that was just here for Rory's birthday, Francine, she got a really good EVP in November up in Shadow Hallway. That might be on SoundCloud too, or it's on YouTube. It's one of them. I can't remember. But she was up there walking around with a recorder. She bumped into some other people, and you can hear the people talking. "Oh, where have you been? Oh, we've been here. Have you gone here yet?" And then you have a little boy going, "Please go to the tunnel, please." And we think it sounds like Little Jack. And we always tell people they play in the tunnel. Watch Destination Fear, the last episode that was filmed here a couple years ago. And it proves the fact the kids play in the tunnel. It's exactly what we always say. So Little Jack's fun. He's fun. He's like a little shit. Tomboy, I picture him with like frogs in his pocket and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
And what other rooms do you have there? You have a big...
Oh, everything. There's the chapel.
Yeah, the chapel. I got a lot.
Down there. She's very cute. She likes to follow men around. She never met her father. Her father died before she was born. And we have some other people down there, an elderly couple that bicker all the time, and elderly woman named Rose. She shuffles around with a walker. The barber Bill, you can sit in the barber shop chair, ask for a haircut, and even long hair, like on ladies, will get picked up. You'll see it. Men feel like a warmth, like a towel on their face, that they're going to get a shave, or they'll feel hair dropping on their face. Super cool when the guy's bald. Oh, it's great, because they feel his hair dropping on his face. Then we got the morgue, which is my favorite room. And we have Doc down there. You can lay on the table, ask for help, tell them that you can't breathe.
Yeah, there you go, Anthony. There's a morgue.
I love that room. It used to
be
lay
on the table
in the 90s. When the Bojackers owned it, they turned it into a bakery. And so the coolers that they used for the dead people, they'd put the eggs and the milk and the perishables in. So weird.
I sat in the barber chair and I felt my hair getting touched.
Yeah, it's really great.
Yeah.
Barber Bill's super active.
Yeah, I had so many things happen there.
What was your favorite thing?
Oh my gosh. We were sitting in one of the wheelchairs in the hallway, and it got pushed.
Upstairs in Shadow Hallway, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah. We purposely sat there to see if it would move, and it did.
Yeah. I had some friends up in November, and it was so cold. And it was just us hanging out in the building. They were way down by Jack's solarium, and I was in the wheelchair, and I felt like I couldn't get anything going. We had some flashlight activity. And I felt like I wasn't getting the responses I was hoping for. And I was like pulling out all the stops, role playing. I need a bedpan. I'm cold. Oh my God. I'm going to report you because you're not taking care of your patient. I mean, I was doing the whole thing. And my friends got a picture of Roy standing over me with one hand on my shoulder and one like above my head. But I had a huge Snuggie on. I couldn't feel a thing. I couldn't have felt it if you touched me, because I had like all these layers on. But apparently he was standing right over me. It was a pretty cool photo.
I think I got a picture of the tall shadow.
There's many pictures though that we have. I don't know what you have.
Because our team competed in your contest.
Oh, is that the one? Is that the one? Yeah, okay, because we were trying to figure out which one it was earlier.
Yeah, and that picture kind of put us over the top, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy.
She had a contest, Anthony, for anybody to come, and you submit your evidence. You submit pictures, audio, and video. Am I right? The three things.
That was so long ago. Yes.
Yeah, it was very long ago.
Yeah.
When you first bought the place. Yeah. And our team won.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was awesome.
And it was independent. I had people that were helping me out review it and put in their votes because I didn't want to pick, because then the people would have said, "Oh, she's partial to this group." Nope, I had other people.
Yep.
Make the vote all on it, so it was very impartial.
Yep.
And what did you capture? What did you get? That
we got a really good audio, but I can't remember what it said. I do have it. I know I should have. It's on my YouTube.
Whoa!
I think my light bulb's blowing out.
That's
yes, I know. I had a really good EVP.
No, but what happened? Anthony just went, "Whoa!" Like something happened.
Because my light's flashing.
Talking about it, it's like
I think my light bulb's gonna blow.
It adds to the conversation.
It kind of went woo.
And people.
Okay, if you're gonna blow, just blow. Okay.
That's so strange.
If any of my people just come back home, please. People are gonna, try to debunk this, but I have solar, like a string of solar lights out in my private patio, and they've been hanging up all year since last summer, all winter. I haven't taken them down. They're solar lights, so they come on if they get enough charge from the sun. My friend came this fall and stayed from Massachusetts, and we went out there and we're sitting out there, and the light starts blinking. And she goes, "There's got to be something wrong with it." I'm saying, I told her,
well, that's what this one's
not
doing.
Blinked the whole entire 6 months it's been sitting out here. And the minute we come in the house, it would stop blinking. It has never blinked since she left. It's so weird. They wanted to talk to her. It was so weird. And
you guys talk for a minute. I'm going to take this light bulb out.
Oh, I like the strobe effect.
Oh, yeah, you do.
So, is there anything that happens outside the building on the property, such as have you?
We see people. We think that that George hangs out outside and Raymond hangs out outside and does stuff. We have a lot of, oh my God, we're in such a great area. The stars are amazing. So we have a lot of weird lights in the sky. I mean, we have obviously the International Space Station and the Hubble that go by, but we see a lot of weird things up in the sky, a lot of strange things.
Is there I did look at you're close to Route 20, correct?
Mm-hmm. A couple minutes down the road.
Is there a stream water any nearby or by the property?
Oh, yeah, there's water in our park. There's a park adjacent to us, County Park. There's lots of water around there. Yeah, there's little ponds and things. So.
Now, is there anybody that was buried on the property or no?
Our property is down to 11 acres.
Hmm.
We used to have almost 400 acres, but the county took back a lot of the land, and it's now the Genesee County Park. So to answer your question, there are people buried on the property, but the property that they're buried on is now the park land. And they're an unmarked grave, so it's just an open field. There's no markers on it or anything.
Wow.
So
Do they know who's buried there? Or you said it's unmarked? You don't know?
it's unmarked. It's unmarked. There's no way of knowing. And I'm the fourth private owner. A lot of the records are gone. There were gas explosions out here. There were fires that burnt down some of the dorms. So the records are very, very limited.
Wow.
Which is very sad.
Yeah.
But a real cool thing is George Fleming, and I got to look it up because I'm all confused on my dates, but it was like 108 years ago, maybe 100, maybe 110 by now. He gave every able-bodied inmate, which is all the people that lived here that needed help, a teaspoon and 155,000 sapling pine trees, and they walked across the field and they planted all the big pine trees that are now growing in the park, and they created the first county park of New York State, and that's where everyone's buried.
Oh,
it's pretty amazing. So they literally gave their life to the state and got nothing from it.
Do you have any information on anybody that died in the building?
Not a lot of specifics. Again, the records are all, happen chance. I have some. I mean, I believe that George Fleming died in the building. Caesar, not Caesar. Where did Caesar come from? Cecil Speakman, Caesar salad. I don't know. Must be hungry. Cecil Speakman. He had a lot of strokes. We believe he passed away in the building. Emma's brother died in the nursing home. We know that for sure. And there are some other people we know. So.
Yeah, I don't think any of the spirits are really nasty.
No. It's just like anywhere else. You get good people and bad people everywhere. You get people with Tourette's. You get people that, get angry, or people that don't feel well, or people that are unstable mentally and, unstable, and they're going to say different things. People with Alzheimer's, they can get even in today's world, people with Alzheimer's can be very belligerent because they don't understand what's happening, and they're back in their mind in a different time period, and they don't understand what's happening, and they're frustrated. So there's, you're going to have a lot of people like that. But as far as anything awful, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel safer with my spirits in my building than when I open up the door to let people in that have tickets. Because I don't know who those. Luckily, everyone's been wonderful. I'm just saying, you don't know. You don't know people nowadays.
Yeah,
you really don't.
It's very true.
And I've been in that building for 14 years, and I know I can go in there by myself and feel totally comfortable.
That's good.
So
yeah.
And yet in October, we have to have armed security for check-in because people are crazy. Oh, we've had people show up with guns, all kinds of things.
October, you mean?
Oh, all times of the year, but October is even worse. We had one guy in the fall a couple of years ago show up with a complete DeWalt drill with backup batteries. I think he wanted to hide cameras in the building, so we do bag checks and things like that. So
wow,
October is really crazy.
I can just imagine.
So
we were there the one time and we were reading a story in the children's room.
Yeah,
and I had the audio, like everything going at the same time, and the guy who was reading it, he goes, well, how do you think that the story went? Do you enjoy it? And it went, no, stop. Like, okay, you don't want to hear any children's stories today.
Maybe it was some old man or something.
I don't know. We were in the kids' room. I thought it'd be nice to read a story,
Yeah, I would have done the same.
It didn't work.
Well, it did. You got an EVP.
So yeah, we got the EVP, but they didn't like the story.
Oh. Everyone's a critic.
Oh yeah. It was probably one of the ones that, like, I'm trying to sleep. Now leave me alone. Yeah.
So funny. They're very funny. They're very funny.
What are some of the really good EVPs? Can you remember any really good ones?
Oh my God.
I know you probably have tons.
They just I can't. Let me look on my phone. Maybe I can just tell you real quick because I can't think of any. I have them by titled. Like the one I said recently about Little Jack up in the hallway. That was so good. There's one where it's not Emma. But there's another recording, and it's a spirit box session, and someone's saying the nurse is absolutely terrible. And they weren't talking about Emma, but they were very upset. And then someone else got an EVP about put your shoes on. Oh no! Like
they let you know. They're very
funny. They're super funny. I like the funny ones personally. You know,
it's one of those locations where you don't have to wait for a long period of time to get a good EVP.
A few, like many Thanksgivings ago, it was right after Thanksgiving. My core group came out, and it was just us. It must have been 8 of us, and we were on the men's dorm floor, and it was early. It was still daylight out. And we had cameras set up in the solarium facing down the hallway past Roy's room. I was standing opposite Roy's room. My friend Andrew was standing next to Roy's room. I had headphones on, and all of a sudden I'm hearing a guy go, Andrea. I thought it was her husband, so I'm mocking him. I'm going, Andrea. And he goes, what are you saying? Excuse me. And I said, stop calling Andrea. I'm trying to listen for EVPs. I'm trying to see if Roy's talking. He goes, no one's talking. And a woman goes, that was Austin. So some guy named Austin has a crush for my girl, Andrea, that helps us out. Excuse me. And then another one of the guys, a couple of the guys went down the hallway and started putting out equipment. And they go, oh my God, I'm going to go down and get this, that, and the other thing and come right back. And all of a sudden you hear, this is all one solid recording. Then you hear them go, me love you a long time. And a guy goes, woo, like that. Now, none of us reacted, so nobody heard that. This is all EVP.
Okay.
And you can hear the guy come back, and the guy's coming around and put out some more equipment. And then Andrea, who's now moved to the solarium, goes, Sharon, I think your camera just moved. It was on a tripod. I said, did it move, or did you guys kick it? She goes, no, I think it moved. So the guy that goes, woo, a minute ago, he goes to the woman, the me love you a long time woman. He goes, did you move it? She goes, yes. He goes, thank you. Whole 3-minute EVP.
Like a whole conversation.
And it was none of us. It was crazy.
That is really awesome when that happens, doesn't it?
Oh my God. They were totally kibitzing on everything going on. With the me love you a long time. If we had heard that, all of us would have busted out laughing if it was one of us. It wasn't one of us.
Me love you a long time.
Me love you a long time. Woo!
Long time. Yeah, long time.
Oh my God. It was so funny.
Melanie says, tell her about the ice cream.
Ice cream?
Yeah, I don't know.
Tell me? Tell you.
It says, tell her about the ice cream. Who do you want telling about ice cream?
Melanie, I don't know what you mean about the... Ellie. Melanie Alvarez or Ellie?
Melanie Alvarez.
I know Melanie. She's like my sister. But I don't know what she means about the ice cream. I don't remember the ice cream thing.
I don't know. You have to going to be more specific.
And then I think she means Elizabeth from the chapel really, really likes Melanie. Every time Melanie comes, she'll crawl up in her lap, and she's very engaging with Mel. There's something about Mel and Elizabeth that they get along super well.
Ice cream room EVP.
Oh, there was this boy. I wasn't sure if that's what you meant. This couple was walking down the first floor, and the room that has the ice cream sign in it is opposite Roy's room. And I have like a headboard in there. I don't have a full-on bed. I have a little table and chair set up and a couple other things in there. And this couple were walking by. Nobody else was on the floor, and they got this recording of a boy talking. Sounds about 14, 15. And he goes something like, let me get it right. I really wanted to eat the ice cream, but I couldn't because I was naked. And I know that's terrible.
Because I was naked.
There's an ice cream, and that's how he said it. And
the whole sentence.
Yeah. And then as they're walking away, he's trailing. You can hear it less and less because he's, it was loud right in front of him when they were reading the plaques and everything. And as they're walking by, it trails off a little bit. But he goes, yeah, I wanted to eat the ice cream, but I couldn't because I was naked. And I know that's terrible. And there's ice cream signs in the room.
Ellie's leg EVP. That was so cool.
Oh, Ellie. Oh, okay. So her husband, I don't know, million stories. Melanie's husband came out on a ghost hunt. And it was the first time I actually met Mel. He came out once before. So it's like 10, 12 years ago. We've been best friends ever since. So they came out and they were upstairs in Emma's room, and it was bitter flipping cold. It was like Valentine's Day, 20 degrees in the building. It was nasty.
Wow.
And Steve was in the military, so he brought a lot of his military friends. So they're up in Emma's room, and everyone's talking about how cold it is, and their hands are cold, and blah 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 blah. And then they get an EVP from Emma going, "Yeah, but your leg isn't," to Ellie, and Ellie had lost her leg in the war, and she had a prosthetic.
Hmm.
Oh,
They weren't talking about it or anything. Like
That
a lot
is-
of people in the room didn't even know that she had a
your
prosthetic.
spirits know too much.
They really do. It's amazing. I always tell people, do not come there and start doing stuff that you don't want to do, or come with someone you're not supposed to come. Like if you're married, don't come with like your secret affair, because they will tell me. They will tell. Well, maybe they should.
Did you hear that, Anthony?
They can blackmail them and get windows made.
Go there. You got to be a good boy.
But yeah, like it's crazy. They know so much.
I'm one of these guys who, like, you know, going to be on the what is it, the show that goes? What was that show? What's that one that does the reveals?
Oh yeah, I
You're
can't.
the father. Yeah. Well, anyways, I'm
Oh,
gonna
I
be
know
one.
what you mean. I don't know what the name of it is.
I'm having an affair with a spirit from England, and she
Well, wait, didn't that really happen? And then she married.
yeah, it was a woman, right?
Yeah.
And she's like I'm having a.
It gives my sex a
if I'm
bad
married.
name.
Yeah.
God.
So you go to Rolling Hills, Anthony. You got to be a good boy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know how.
He looks like he's a good guy.
Don't let him fool you.
But the spirits are really, they're just so sharp. They're sharp. You know, they're right on it. They're aware.
They'd probably remember me. Do you think? I've
Oh,
only
yeah.
been there like 8 or 9 times. You know.
We had a guy on the morgue table a couple weeks back, and that's really strange. Oftentimes, Doc, we think it's Doc who's doing this, could be one of his assistants, but you might feel a vibration around part of your body or heat if you had an injury in that area of your body. And we always tell people, don't talk about, like if you have a bum shoulder, if you have carpal tunnel, don't even talk to your friends about it. You know, just lay on the table and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was laying on the table, and they also had, I think it was an Ovilus or spirit box going. I don't want to say which because I wasn't down there. I don't remember what he said. But he's laying on the table, and they get whole, the word whole. And then he feels hot around his leg.
Ooh.
And he had a hole in his leg. I guess a firecracker went off by his leg, or he got shot in the war or something, but he had a hole in his leg. Not like a hole through and through anymore.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. But I mean,
Wow.
I don't want people to think I'm exaggerating. But yeah. So it's like so cool. They're so cool. So
Yeah, they know too much.
yeah, but they won't tell me the lottery numbers. Little
Must
stinkers.
not be psychic, yeah.
You know, they're probably afraid it'll make
Anthony will pull it out of them, won't you, Anthony?
Try.
And I can't get a recipe out of Aunt Maud in the kitchen. I've tried for years. I wanted to get a direct recipe from her, or at least a favorite recipe, like, I don't know, chocolate cake or whatever, and try to see if I could find a recipe from the era that she was there. But she won't tell me anything like that.
You still have that room with all the dolls.
Oh, yeah, the doll room, creepy ass doll room.
That room creeps me out. I don't know
Creepy
why.
ass doll room, creepy ass bathroom.
Yeah.
We have a bathtub downstairs in the psych ward that people will lay in, and they just get completely overwrought. We've had to bring people outside to ground them, even like grown men that look like lumberjacks. I mean, like, it doesn't even matter if you're a woman or man, whatever. People become so overwhelmed in that tub, like nauseous, crying. They just get really overwhelmed. It's crazy.
Yeah, that doll room really creeps me out. I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know why. It just does.
that's funny.
And why do they get overwhelmed in the bathtub?
It's in the psych ward. There's something about it that people get. If you're empathic, you just get very overwhelmed with the feelings down there. There is a doctor that's down there. He's very adamant that he's a doctor. He doesn't. If you ask, "Is there a nurse down here?" He'll go, "No, I'm the doctor." He gets she gets very adamant. Like, don't call me a nurse, bitch. You know.
Yep.
But yeah, there's a lot going on down that area. So the whole place is amazing. It's just, and I'm not saying because I own it.
I agree.
But, you know, because I've been a lot of other places, but thank you. but it's like it's all the time. It's all the time.
We got different things every time we came,
You will.
but it's the same spirits. Like Roy really likes to come out and let you know he's there.
They're very consistent, but then we have a lot that we don't know who they are. A lot.
Sure.
So.
And he's like, you'll see him when you go, Anthony. He's really tall.
He's 7.5 feet tall.
Yeah, and he's in the one hallway, and he's huge.
Yeah, he's very big. One of my guys was opening up, I don't know how long ago it was, by himself. He was doing a private for me. And he went to open up the building. He was walking through the building and trying to like get everything all set up, making sure like the wheelchair's in the right place and the jack slam doors are closed and unlocking whatever doors need to be unlocked. And he's walking through and he goes, "Is everyone ready for tonight?" And this is on SoundCloud. And then you hear a guy go, "Yeah, ready." And he's the only one in there. And it's very far away. And he knows.
That's awesome.
Yeah. They're like, "Yep, we're ready. We're going to come on out for everybody."
Are you all booked up for the year, or any openings?
I add so many opportunities, but I am sold out for Saturday night. It's crazy. It's March. The weather has been so good, but I have like over 40 people for this Saturday night for 3 hours. It's a 3-hour public hunt because I didn't expect the weather to be so nice, and normally it's winter, so 3 hours really you can really take. The building is still really cold right now. It probably won't get warm till May or June.
Mm-hmm.
You know. But,
so you were telling us before we went on live about the eclipse.
Yeah, we're having.
Tell us all about it.
Well, we're the path of totality for the eclipse that's happening in April. It's a full-on total eclipse. The last time it went through here was 99 years ago. And so 99 years ago, we were in the path of totality. The next time we'll be in the path of totality won't be till 2144. So literally it's once in a century, once in a lifetime. And so we're offering a 2-night, 3-day camping package where you can camp on the ground. It's tent only. You get 1 night investigating in the building with a catered dinner. And the next night you get outside around the campfire, UFO watch, investigating outside, which I never let people investigate outside. I never let people stay on the property. And then that's the 2 nights. And then the next day is the eclipse, which is April 8th. And we have a vendor fair, food trucks, and viewing of the eclipse. And you'll get viewing glasses and everything. So it's a package of for 2 people, 2 days, 2 nights, 3 days, the dinner, 2 hunts, and the daytime with the vendors and everything else, and the eclipse for $9.99. So it equates to $500 a person, basically. And that's a lot when you can go to celebrity events and spend $200-300 for one evening of 6 hours.
Yep.
So
that's true.
It's really good. And I'll never offer that opportunity again. I just won't because I live here. But once in a century time.
Did you get a lot of people wanting to do it?
I have a lot of people really starting to come through now. I think they were booking hotels, and now we're getting all the inquiries about the camping. So it should be good. And it's a very small amount. I'm not allowing a lot of people. It'll be very limited.
Right.
Again, because I live here. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you'll be in my backyard.
Well, you'll have helpers, right?
Oh, of course. And security.
Yeah. And security. Gotta have security.
Yeah, round the clock security. So
when are we going, Anthony?
I don't know. I'll reach out and do something private, maybe in a slower month.
Yeah, we want to do a private.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of us.
We have privates available Monday through Wednesday and then on Friday nights. So
probably a Friday night would be good.
Friday night would probably be the best bet.
Yeah.
Or when the eclipse blocks the light. Maybe
we can't do that because we already have stuff going on.
I'm just kidding. But it's like there's a theory that obviously it doesn't really affect the EMF, but it will block light, which maybe will increase the chance of you having a capture.
Well, you don't know what the planetary impact is going to have.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the bigger thing.
Yeah.
Planetary impact. The sun and the moon are going to be in alignment and block out everything. So there's a lot more going on than just EMF light. We also have in June, we have Dustin Perry coming for the first time along Santiago Cirillo. And we're having a a 2-night investigation, daytime vendor fair, and it's to benefit veterans. And
Very nice.
it's it's an anti-bullying, anti-suicide event, and it's, Dustin's going to talk, Santi's going to talk. We have some other people coming and some vendors, and it'll be really great. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Midnight breakfast buffet. So
There's a question for you, Anthony.
Yeah.
Will you bring Sabrina?
Trying
No, he's going to leave her home. What do you think?
Yeah. I would bring Sabrina for sure.
And then we have the Wraith Chasers coming again in September.
Yeah, I like those guys.
Yeah, I'll be over the National Ghost Hunting Day weekend. So they're awesome. They're always such a great time. We'll have a breakfast buffet then. I'll be adding horror movie nights. We do horror movie nights projected above the casket, usually on a Friday night, once a month, with like a taco or a nacho buffet and then a ghost hunt. So we have other things going on besides just straight ghost hunting.
Right.
To get other people in, because some people are a little apprehensive. But if I piggyback it on with a movie and food, they're like, oh, okay, then we'll stay and we'll see how it feels, and then we will go through the building.
Yeah.
And then
food always helps.
Food always helps. Yeah.
What else do you have coming up?
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
Pretty much. Those are all the big things. And then we have just regular, ghost hunts, regular self-guided tours, private hunts, flashlight tours, things like that. And I'll probably add some more stuff as the season goes on. Things crop up, and I'll add things in. So.
If anybody has questions, put them in the chat room.
You do old spiritualism is coming back. A lot of new things are coming and becoming popular, like table tipping, seances.
I don't do any of that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't. I'm not. I'm just.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. And the reason why is my building is so big. It's 60,000 square feet. We hold a lot of people. And unfortunately, I don't know. I can't be with everybody at the same time. And I don't know people's intent. Yeah. And as everyone knows, it's your intent that really dictates what's going to happen on the back end of everything. Right. So in my experience, when people are doing the table tipping or the seances, definitely we don't do Ouija boards at all. But it's people's intent. They're always looking for the dark side of things. Yeah. And I live here. It's my home.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I cannot allow that because, you think it's all fun and games and you're doing your little blah, 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 and then you leave and you go home. And who's left with the shit to clean up? Me. All the nasty spirits, me. No.
Yeah, we don't do Ouija boards.
Yeah. And like I said, I have,
do you, Anthony?
Somewhere else? You don't do Ouija boards. I don't have no problem with them.
But I can't have that where I live. It's physically my home.
Yeah, I understand.
So
I don't think you need a Ouija board to conjure, though. You don't. That's a different.
They are only tools, and I understand that, but it's the concept. It's the intent, because people have a perception of them and what these different activities produce. And because they have those perceptions and that's their intent going in mostly, right. I don't want all that negativity in my building. I
don't blame you at all.
So,
especially since you live there.
Yeah. And it's, if they want to do it somewhere else, have fun. We're not the place for you. I hope you do come and try and do other things, but I have to have some sort of boundaries.
I know I have I have new members in my team and they've been talking about wanting to come.
It's a great place. It's a really great place. People are always blown away about the activity, the evidence that they get.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty amazing. And it's really great. We have a lot of people that come that are law enforcement, military. I mean, and those people are very analytical. And they, they've been exposed to a lot of real life stuff. So for them to come and actually not only get activity, but understand that it's really activity and not like their imagination, and then come back. I think that says a lot, in my opinion.
Yeah. We're going to have to plan a time, Anthony.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
From all the stories, I mean, I'm coming in with a clear mind. I'm coming in with, No one.
It's pretty amazing.
Who wants to come with?
No, nothing. No, just coming in. And
if we do a private, how many can we have?
If you do it on a Friday night, it's 8 hours, up to 15 people. and it's $14.99. So
Okay.
2 people minimum, 15 people maximum on a Friday. And
Gotcha.
It's $1,500. And we don't do single, like one person. It's unsafe for one person to be in the building by themselves.
Oh yeah.
And I just don't allow it, And it's not good practice. You should always be going ghost hunting with at least one other person. That's old school, I know, but
Yep.
you know,
That's my rules. That's my rules.
yeah, if something happens, good, bad, or
Shush,
indifferent,
Anthony. Just because you like to go off on your own.
but good, bad, or indifferent, if
It's
you're
good
if you
because
have
something can happen. Yeah.
if you have something
Yeah.
happen by yourself, you have a great experience. You get no one to validate it. If
Yeah.
something bad
You
happens,
need confirmation.
yeah, what happens if you have a health issue and nobody knows that you have a health issue, and it happens, happen chance, and you're in there by yourself? We think you're off investigating for 8 hours, and then we go looking for you because you haven't checked out, and you're passed out on the floor because you had a heart attack or something, or your sugar level dropped, or it's never good practice.
I understand that.
But a lot of people don't, so I'm kind of elaborating. So
No, you have certain rules. With my team, we always try to team up.
yeah.
I don't like when they wander off on their own and
Well, and I know sometimes people like to do experiments, but you're still in the building. There's multiple people in the building at the same time.
mm-hmm.
When you have your group in there, and you may send one person up to Shadow Hallway, and then the rest of you are down in the basement, and you've got a walkie-talkie between you on the private hunts, and you're doing an experiment that way. I mean, that's totally doable, of course, but one person alone is never a good thing.
Well, that's what we did. We did, like, some of us went into one room and some in another.
Oh yeah.
And we would whisper a question
Mm-hmm.
and say, "Can you answer it in the other room on their EVP?" And
Or doing SDs.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you can get some really good stuff that way.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So.
Yeah, it's like a 6-hour drive for me, Sharon, so I have to pick a day.
Yeah, I'd really plan it for sure.
6 hours.
Yeah, you can piggyback on a Saturday night on another location. You mean, you got the Hinsdale, you got a lot of other places up here. So.
Oh yeah, didn't even realize that.
It's about an hour and 20 from here.
Okay.
So I mean, there's a lot of places you can just pull up, or if you have any questions, I can refer you to some. But there's some others not too far away, within a couple hours. So we can make it a whole weekend trip.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's in the plans now, Anthony. We have to
a while.
Put the word out.
Roll the dice.
What are some other things as far as experiments that you like to do?
Trying to think. You put me on the spot there, Sharon.
Sorry.
Done, but not on site. So we talked about trying to get a recipe so you can try to, like Carl Jung, Dr. Carl Jung. I would say he's like a little bit of a parapsychologist in some degree because he was spiritual. Mind's divided. There's the ego all the way down to the intuition and other things like that. Is to try to dreamscape, like connect, say, to the spirit. Come in my dream, send me the recipe through the dream, come to my dream. So it'll be off site or be all away from your investigation, but there's a way to connect. You can try to have a negotiation with something safely and try to send you a message through dreamscaping or through the dream, through the gates of your dreams, and try to get
dreams. I travel all the time.
Yeah. And
my God, I'm exhausted every morning. Literally, I don't ever dream about people I know. I have another whole life in my dreams, and it's different all the time. And I travel, and I wake up exhausted every night.
Maybe you'll get the recipe like through that way.
I haven't in 14 years, Anthony. I'm giving up.
It's hard.
Giving up. Yeah.
There's
she throws the ball in. That's it.
The art of dreaming. There's an art. It's really an art form. It takes some skill and training to break through, to get through certain things that try to stop you in your dream. But anyways, I don't get too much of it. Somebody, Melanie mentioned blind spirit box. My new favorite experiment is blind spirit box.
Also, I've actually personally, and I've only done this once because it kind of freaked me out. I've remote viewed. I've done remote viewing before, and it kind of freaked me out. But I want to try it again.
Okay.
And I did that. It was crazy. It was spot on. It was crazy.
Oh.
So
We did a little thing when I took the teen camp. We went to Penhurst, and they do a thing where they lay a coloring book down, and they have crayons, like a certain amount of crayons, and they ask the spirits, what color do you want me to color his hat?
oh yeah.
Or what color do you want me to? And we colored, the kids colored a whole picture right through the spirit box.
Oh, that's wild.
They
That's
communicate it. And then they asked, well, whose name can we put on here? And it gave them a name, like, say, Amanda or whatever.
yeah.
And they said, okay, to Amanda from SOS Teen Paranormal Camp. And they hung the picture up.
Oh, that's nice.
And it was still there the next time we went.
That's
So,
really cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you do things like that, like we have those little those lights that color up, they light up colors.
Mm-hmm.
And we ask, what color are we holding up? Well, the one time I don't know where I was, but we kept asking the colors, and it says, I'm colorblind.
Oh,
It came out so clear on the spirit box.
that is so great.
I almost fell over. I said, okay, I guess we're not playing that game anymore.
That is so great. Yeah, we had the spirit box already in Roy's room on his birthday. And I don't know, I said something, and I'm sarcastic as hell, right? And I said something, I'm like, oh, I'm only joking. They go, joking.
I love when I get a smart ass answer, though.
Oh, I know.
I just love it. Like, I'm colorblind. Like,
well,
who
it was
would've
like,
thought?
more like, duh. You know, not
like,
everyone.
I'm supposed to know that, you know?
Yeah. So
I have
great.
the sesame, you know, like remember Simon Says? I have those push down buttons. I have
Mm-hmm.
4 of those, right? You seen them, Jody? My, you know, it.
I think I did when you were, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it takes some pressure to push down. So obviously, if it goes off and it was put down, I mean, it could trigger by itself. I've had people test it out and make sure it's not faulty and it's never like just randomly go off. But if you can hear the push and it goes off, to me that's extraordinary. You know, I'm going to get this old phone, this old landline phone. You know, the old. Like the design. I mean, I don't know if you have any plugins to plug in. I'd bring that.
I have no phone service up there.
No, okay. No, I know. No, you don't need a phone service. Like, hopefully, it will just ring because it's happened to me. You know,
I have an old phone sitting on our nurse's station. People have said they've heard it ring. I have not heard it ring, but said they've heard it ring.
That's good. That's extraordinary. Yeah. That because I happened to me at my place in Collingswood, New Jersey, where I lived in this garage, and the owner has been said that that was his place, and there was an old landline, no service, and it was ringing one day. It just rang, and I actually went to it. And I'll bring that with my investigations, like old phones.
Yeah.
And with core, just to if I plug it or not, and hopefully it goes off, and then I'll answer and talk. You never know. There's like different things you can do. Yeah, sure.
So many. Well, I know I've been investigating for a long time. I just want to see what you guys like to do. Somebody did hear in Nurse Emma's room the other night a Jack in the Box.
Oh yeah.
So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I like when they can communicate that way through different things.
Absolutely. It's all about communication. Yeah.
Yep.
And then we have a lot of smells. And I don't mean just like normal old building smells. Sometimes you'll be walking by the kitchen and you'll smell chocolate, like chocolate. Like you just want to like, give me that cake. We have a guy, I call him Pooh Guy. It smells like C. diff. It's really bad. Oh. Tell him, go take a bath. Please go take a bath.
You stinky.
Oh my God. We've had a man, I've had a man walk beside me, and this is when no one's in the building. I'm just unlocking the doors and everything. It smells like Old Spice right around me. Like, and that's a very distinctive smell. And so we have that. A lot of different smells, lilacs out of the blue, things like that.
I know it's cold in the building, but when you go in certain areas, it's like freezing. When there's
a lot
there,
for sure. Yeah.
Down in the downstairs, like.
Well, the basement is the basement.
The basement,
so it's going to be chillier sometimes than normal. As a matter of fact, in the summer we love it because it gets really hot upstairs, like an admin. So we'll go down the basement and cool off. It's like a basement. Any basement's going to be
right. But there's like an area where you walk and it's like.
Oh, the tunnel?
Yeah, the tunnel.
The tunnel, yeah. You go through one part and it's cold, and then as you come back up, because there are windows in the laundry room, then it gets warmer because you're coming from lower ground to upper ground. So, yeah, for sure. So, but a lot of things. They're just really fun. So,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to coming back.
What?
I'm looking forward to going back.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I would love it, man. You should invite Brendan and be there at the same time Brendan gets there, because he's like the techie guy with the video camera.
oh, for sure.
Yeah, he's got the new series coming out. I'm definitely gonna check that out with Mustafa.
I
See,
know.
like,
It's gonna
he's
be
got some new
great.
techniques, I'm sure, and he's got all the really high tech equipment. And curious to see what he's
Yeah,
got.
Brandon.
Brandon, you should come out for the eclipse.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
So, isn't not just? I feel like I'm talking behind his back, even though he's in the chat. Didn't he move to like Kentucky or Tennessee or something? Excuse me. I think from
He's out west.
I thought he moved though.
Yeah, he did. Like a little closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which is good for me.
Mustafa's from New Jersey. I know that, but I don't know if
that's hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah.
That's not too
bad. Guy. I investigated with him in what is it? Fort Mifflin.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I investigated with him too. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a good investigator.
Good. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him yet.
Well, I'm sure you will now that we're talking about him. You need to come on. You got to go to Rolling Hills.
So
it's.
I like bringing people that have strong intuition, medium. People use the word medium. That if I can get people that lead me the way, and my job is to try to capture it and help with that. There's like, bringing like mediums are very important, or people that have really good intuition.
Intuition,
yeah.
For sure.
There's certain people I work in the field that I believe just really have that gift. It's really easy. I mean, they prove themselves and easy to work with and stuff like that. So.
I like going on investigation with skeptics.
Oh, let's bring Kenny's in Buffalo now, or outside of Buffalo. He definitely.
We have a lot of skeptics, a lot of
I love my Kenny Biddle. I love him.
We have a lot of first timers that come, and then they a lot of times, and to be honest, a lot of the women, we have an overwhelmingly strong women demographic. And then the husbands or the boyfriends will get dragged along, to appease the female. And then they're like blown away. Like they can't even wrap their head around stuff. It's so great, because they're coming in with like, zero expectation or, like this is BS. And then they're like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. It's so great. We can't wait to come back. And they, when are you doing the privates and how do you do? Blah, blah, blah. It's really fun when you get, are overwhelmingly, honestly, we have a lot of people that have never come before, like on a regular basis, like on Saturday night. I'm guessing we have like 30 something people coming, 40 something people coming. We probably, I would say 2/3 of those people have probably never been to Rolling Hills before, ever.
Okay.
And out of those, I would say probably 3/4 of those have never investigated anywhere before. So it's pretty great.
Yeah.
And
when
then
you open them up to it. Yep.
So
when you get a skeptic in there and then something happens and they're like, I can't prove that it didn't happen.
Right. Or they'll get an EVP and they're like, I can't believe this. We got this voice. And nobody was talking.
I had somebody one time tell me they thought somebody was outside in a bush with a microphone talking into my spirit box. I'm like,
those are
seriously?
Those aren't skeptics because those are cynics.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference.
Like, come on. Like, I dragged this person along and he just talks to me through that. Yeah.
Huh. Those are the ones, it doesn't matter. You could say, money's green, and they'll say, no, it's not. The sky is blue, and they'll say, no, it's red. You can't win.
So that means every time I go out investigating and the spirits call me a bitch, it's my friend saying it through the spirit box.
I know, people are tripping.
Probably you, Anthony, isn't it?
What? Yeah.
Telling the spirits to call me a bitch.
I'm liking all the candles, Anthony. Just saying.
Oh, you like that? Yeah, they're not real. Yeah.
I noticed them before, and I'm like, I really like them. Nice little ambiance.
That's a little get up.
I have a jar of something here. I don't know if you can see it, or is it right behind me? I don't know if you can see what it says. I'm not going to say it.
I see a gargoyle. I see.
Oh, I just knocked it over.
Geez.
Oh, it's plastic. It didn't break.
Oh, geez.
No, it's plastic glass. It's plastic. It's a jar. It's a jar of F's. I won't say it.
A jar of.
F's.
The F word. It's a jar of F's. So, because I was at my last, and somebody gave me a jar for extra. It's a joke.
So you just fill it?
It has like wooden F's in them.
I see
So when I'm all out of my last,
yeah,
I have them. I have an extra. So
you can swear on this show. We talk about
we don't care.
Foods,
it's a jar of fucks.
There you go.
So
she gets all the fines from the federal.
Yeah, I just overlook it.
The government goes after her and sends her fines.
yeah.
Shut her down.
They haven't shut me down yet. We're good.
That's
we're okay for now. Yeah.
For now.
Because we haven't like gotten too political. That's when they probably will start coming in.
Oh yeah, they'll come
after
after
some UFOs. We get some guests on here that know some stuff they're not supposed to know. So I don't know if you know, Shannon. I worked for the government. I did have a secret and top secret clearance at White Sands Missile Range.
really.
Yeah.
Well, I would love to talk to you about that.
Yeah, I know. Some people want to get me on the show and like try to get me to reveal, but I worry for my life. And like, remember, I was on Paranormal Brew talking about it. I don't know if I want to because like vote with silence. I mean, I'm over my 10 years. I technically can open up about some stuff.
Well, there's so much going on now as far as, government whistleblowers, especially when it comes to interdimensional and the UFO topics. And that's what I'm interested in personally. So, because we have alien photos in the building, and I've had alien interactions all my life. Alien UFO situation.
Really?
Yeah, all my life.
Oh, I didn't know that.
From to California to everywhere. I have photos. I have EVPs. I have all kinds of stuff. So,
are your dogs sensitive to everything that goes on?
They're very sensitive to everything. They're very sensitive to things.
Because my dog is too.
My old dog Tiki, that I used to always talk about, he passed away about 6-7 years ago now. The night that he passed away, I was obviously completely out of my mind, distraught. And I had like 60 people coming for a ghost hunt. And I went up to the building. I'm like, if I start crying, this is why, I'm really upset over my dog. And a woman got a picture of him in Shadow Hallway the night that he died.
Oh.
And it's clearly him. And for the first like 4 or 5 months, I would hear him barking in the building.
Uh-huh.
We would hear him running towards me with his tags on his collar. I'd call him and he'd start barking. Mm-hmm. And then just recently in the last 3 months or so, this woman, Brenda, that helps me out, she got a picture of him standing. If you're coming from Roy's hallway towards intake, he's in that area right there, and he's standing right there. So he's still in the building with me, which is really cool. But
That's awesome.
My current dogs, they're very sensitive to things. Especially the I'll say the younger one. She's not that young anymore. She's laying with her head on a Kong. She is special. She's very special.
They're all special.
Oh my God. I'm blonde, so I'm going to say this. If she was a blonde, she'd be a dumb blonde. She is just, I love her. She's the sweetest thing ever, but she's not so bright. I'm looking at her right now. But yeah, she's
like, Mommy, don't talk about me.
Oh God, she can't. I'll go upstairs in my house and I'll call her. She won't come. And I come downstairs and she's her ears are up. She's looking for me in the complete opposite direction from her. I'm literally 5 feet from her on the stairs. She's looking off into the netherworld. I don't know where. She doesn't know what is up, what's down. Bless her heart. She's so sweet because
you have a cat, Anthony, right?
Yeah, that guy. Darth.
That guy.
That guy.
My cat is a barn cat.
He's what is it called? The emotional eater. What is it called? Yeah.
Stress eater.
Stress eater.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, we're gonna get him checked out to make sure he doesn't have any problems. But I mean, he has lost weight, but then he regained it. But he's just a pain in the butt.
Before we got on, I heard him crying, and I had to go feed him.
He's got the biggest chest, and his paws, man, like a panther.
Is he like a Maine Coon cat or something, or is he just a
No, he's just short hair, just nothing special. He's got his little white fur mark here. He's a beautiful cat. His face, he could be a model.
Oh.
He might just have slow metabolism, likes to eat.
He does.
My cat that I adopted, she's a barn cat, and she's got some sort of equilibrium problem, so she kind of tips over a little bit. And I've had her for like 3 years. She will not come within 10 feet of me. I've never had an animal not come near me in my whole life.
Wow.
I've had everything from gerbils to raccoons to dogs, cats, horses, you name it. I've had everything all my life. All kinds of animals. And they're all like my best friends. This cat, she is crazy.
So she's not a snuggler.
She won't. I've never touched her. I've literally never touched her. She'll come to the door. She'll want me to feed her. I'll go out and bring food out to her. But the minute I go anywhere near, she's gone.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And it's sad. I love cats. I used to have a wonderful house cat in California, and I miss them. I miss having, the purrs and
the snuggling.
And she's just
feral.
Not
scared cat, feral maybe, almost like borderline feral.
Yeah, well, I got her from a rescue as a working cat, a barn working cat, but I thought she'd warm up after a while, So she's named after a Grey's Anatomy character.
What's that? What Grey's Anatomy character?
Callie. I had Lexi, but Lexi died. I had Callie and Lexi, and then there was a red tiger male cat that came around. And I was going to keep him. He was coming around. I named him Owen, red hair, Owen. And he was so sweet. And I thought, okay, if he's here on Monday, I'm going to scoop him up because he's been around for like 2 months. I'm feeding him. He doesn't seem to be anyone's cat. I'm going to go get him neutered. Never saw him again. I was so heartbroken. He was such a good cat.
Because he knew you were going to clip him.
Probably. I didn't say anything, but yeah, probably. But he was such a sweetie.
Well, guess what? Our hour's up.
Yeah.
Well, that was fast.
Yes.
Good.
I am so glad you came on.
Thank you for having me on. It's been like a zillion years.
I know. I do miss you. And I'm going to try to get my group together and we're going to come.
Yeah, give me a ring or something and we can figure out what's going on. Because I didn't put any. This is the first year I didn't put any of the privates up on the website. I usually spend so much time doing that, and then I only book like a quarter of them because I put them on like 4 of them a week. And I thought, you know what, it's just easier if people call me or email me. I'll see if it's available, and then boom, 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 and then we're done. And that way it's easier for people just to contact.
I just have to see if I can get a day when my husband can take off.
Mm-hmm.
Because he works like 10 hours a day.
What's he do?
He's a biotech engineer in a hospital.
Oh, please. And can he go, I'm sick?
Yeah, he could. He gets so much time that he can take off.
It's just,
And because he's in charge, it's hard to get somebody to fill in for him. So it's like one of those deals.
My car is 3 years old and I have 8,000 miles on it because I'm always here.
Wow. I'll take your car. I'll buy it from you.
There you go.
Lease. They're going to take it back soon. It's a lease.
Oh, it's lease. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
It doesn't be buying it because.
I'm looking for another car. Yeah.
So.
Oh, well, when he comes up, he'll take your car and take it home.
No, you won't.
It's leased.
It's a Jeep. It's a Jeep Trailhawk. I love it.
Oh, okay.
It's the only thing I can trust to get out of the snow when I can't get plowed. Because I don't always get plowed out, this year, notwithstanding, So, but.
Well, if anybody's watching, make sure you go and try to book an overnight at Rolling Hills. It's a great place.
Thank you.
Go for the eclipse.
Go for the eclipse. Come for anything you want. We have privates during the week that are 4 hours for $500, and it's like 7 to 11. So you can go if you're local, you can still go to work the next morning, or if you want to make them an 8 hour, they're $850. So they're not that much during the week, and they're up to 10 people. And then, like I said, the Friday nights are more expensive, but there's lots going on. There's lots,
and you can have up to 15 people, right?
On the Fridays.
For privates. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't see a date on the calendar and there's nothing on there, hit me up and I can tell you if we can accommodate you or not. So
Okay.
yeah, I'm
Oh,
pretty.
we can get 15. We got the connections.
Yeah, I think we have
We do.
ones that really want to go
We hit
because
the
I
right.
know Natalie. Natalie. She really wants to go.
Not offhand. Probably if I
Well,
saw her.
a friend of mine. She joined our team this past year. So
Nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate everyone tuning in and listening to me in the chat.
yeah, a lot of people watch them like later.
Oh yeah.
And not everybody that's on the numbers it's only the
I
ones that are in the chat room.
I know.
So we probably have a lot more watching.
I'm sure.
But I really appreciate you coming
I don't
on.
even watch live on a lot of the shows. I watch later because I don't.
Yeah.
Like yours,
I
I'm
do
always
the
working
same
on Thursday nights. I can't watch them live.
Well, next week we have Melissa and Jerry Keller. So they help a lot at Booby's Brewery.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so.
Where's that located?
Where is that?
Mountjoy, Pennsylvania.
Mountjoy,
Columbus Country.
Nice.
Yep, been there on my birthday. Been there. Oh yeah, but I never did the investigation. Never did a private.
Oh, didn't you?
No,
Oh.
Want to so bad.
We did an overnight there. It was really phenomenal.
Oh, great.
I'm jealous.
And they have these really cool these bedrooms that you can stay in.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little sexual, but they're decorated really funny. There's one room that has
rooms. They're theme rooms.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They have a pole dancing in the one room.
What?
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
I would hurt myself.
Oh, Anthony.
Although I always joke around. You know how we have the big cement pillars in the rec room?
Mm-hmm.
I always joke around. We should have paranormal pole dancing. No, don't get
I
ahead.
didn't know they had poles in the room. One of the rooms.
One of the rooms has pole dancing. Oh, yeah, baby. I got my husband to pole dance for me. See, everybody else was eating because we.
I hope you save the video because if something ever happens, you'll have that in your corner.
I have that.
Back pocket.
Yep, that's called bribery.
It is. It is.
Yep, I got him on that one.
What a good sport! What a good sport!
I wasn't allowed to post it though.
Well, understandably,
I kept it though.
What he does for work.
It didn't go anywhere. Yeah, he doesn't want the nurses at the hospital saying, "Oh, Don, we saw you." Woo.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he had a good time doing it though. It's really, it's like, who are you?
Yeah,
I'm only with you 40
his
years.
hair got let down,
That was one of his secret hobbies.
He was inspired by the decor.
Yeah, and I had to get the video camera. You know how it is.
Of course,
had to. But we will see you soon, I'm sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my teen camp at the end of June, so it'll either be before that or after that.
Sure, I'm here.
I know that.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Anthony.
Yep.
Have a great night, everyone.
Yeah.
Yes. Good night, everyone.
Thanks so much.
Have a nice weekend.